Hey, where your mom? Up, going live. What up? What's going on, everybody? Hey, Ashley, you bring me water. Did you hear me? What up, Larry? Cordic Ashley, I see you. Yeah, the truth, I see you. Don't ride dirty. What's going on? What's going on, Sharon? Get those likes up. Please smack that like button. If you're not following me on my social media platforms, please feel free to do so. Uh, Follow me on IG, AA Professional Services. Also follow me on Facebook. It's A&A Professional Services. Chilling rain all day. Yeah. Yeah, I got rained out over here. Weatherspoon, I see you. Will Smith, what's going on? I see you. Rain on the interior job. Yep. Certified LG. I see you, Solidified. What you got? Straight bleach? Be careful. Be careful. Don't hit that rug. It's gonna turn it color. You just see, I got my little buddy back there. He cleaned it up. Oh yeah, yeah. He's getting tall, man. He's almost as tall as me now, and it looks like he's only 15. So uh, it looks like he's gonna be taller than me, which I'm happy with. I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'11". Yeah, like a man. Yeah, he don't even say it no more. He say he too big to say it now. But he's looking more like a man and he won't say it. But when he's a little kid, he'll say it. Uh, but yeah, he's getting tall, man. He's so he's taller than his mom now. And like my dad, he's not tall at all. All the tall members in my family are, back in the motherland, my home, my country. I got cousins and uncles and stuff that's like 6 foot, 6'7", 6'8". Uh, but I guess I'm the runt in the family. I'm not that tall at all. So hopefully he'll get like at least 6'1", 6'2". Hopefully. Taking your business public, get more customers, handing out flyers. 5'11" is kind of tall though. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. But yeah, Larry Young, nothing wrong with passing flyers out. Do that. Um, a better way is to advertise on social media. Handing out flyers. Uh-oh, my bad. Hold on. I didn't mean to do that. My bad. Sorry about that, Eat the Truth. I tried to let that message through that you just did, but it wouldn't let me do it. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, but those flyers are good, but it's a lot of flyers. Flyers are a lot of footwork. But if you have the time and the energy, feel free. Please do it. It work. Flyers do work, but it's a whole lot easier to pay a couple of dollars and put it on that same amount of money you pay for those flyers. You can take a photo, you can do a picture, you can do a video, just a little quick video. It can be a slideshow style video, and you can put that on social media, Facebook, uh, Google Ads, stuff like that, and you can reach more people with just a click of a button. Uh, I when I first started, I handed out flyers. I didn't know anything about the advertising on social media, and I didn't even know how back then. One day I saw a button that says boost a post, and I clicked it. I was like, wow. And I looked at all the options and everything, and I was like, wow. And then, at the time, I was teaching myself how to do videos and how to edit. And so what I would do is I would just do like a 1 minute video and put it on Facebook and run an ad, and boom, I got some people like that. But the thing is now it's like I'm starting back over again because I got a new editing software. I got a new computer. I'm actually on it right now, but I got a new computer, new editing software, and it's totally different from my other editing software. So I'm starting all over, basically learning how to use that software. And it's a professional editing software, and it can do just about anything you see in the movies, anything. And so I did like a little quick video on I did a quick video. I put it on a new wave and on my Instagram the other day. I just wanted to create something on it and put it out. It's not my best work. It's gonna be a minute before I start making YouTube videos again. I haven't even been recording videos, so hopefully I'll be doing that real soon. But I've been playing around. The software I'm using is called Adobe Premiere Pro. You have to pay for it monthly, or you can pay for it by the year, but it's a subscription, and they draft out your account every month, and I just rock out like that. Hey, Ash. Hey, when the floor dries, you give me another water. Right. And the things some of the things I should tell y'all like about advertising. There are hundreds and hundreds of ways to advertise. Let me take this off. I look stupid that thing on. There are like 100 ways to advertise. And a real good way to advertise, especially with social media. Every time I do somebody, or every time I detail somebody's car, or I do somebody's lawn, I thank you, little buddy. I instantly the first when I get done, I ask them, "Are you on Facebook or whatever?" And most of the time they are, and I get their names and I send them a friend request right there, like right there on my phone. I send them a friend request and I tell them I just sent you a friend request, and they'll usually accept the friend request, and then when they accept the friend request, get you some before and after shots of the vehicle, if you shoot video, if you shot a video of their vehicle when you edit, put it out and tag them in it. Now, if sometimes if the car's like filthy or just trashed, you might not want to do that because then they might be embarrassed because they don't want people to know that their car was nasty like that. So, but you can ask like, hey, I'm gonna do a video of the car. Do you mind if I put it on social media and tag you in it? So I can appeal to your network. And most of the time they're gonna say, yeah. Uh, Sometimes if you get a feel for the person, like I said, the car was dirty, and they might be embarrassed. You get a feel for the person, you might not even want to ask, and don't put their stuff out there so they won't feel no type of way. But what that does is that that person is vouching for you. That person is actually when you share the video and then you tag them in it, and then they share the video on their page, they're basically vouching for you, saying and co-signing you, saying that, hey, this guy's dependable, he's hardworking, he does a good job because he allowed him to do my vehicle without them even saying it. And you keep doing that, and that's free. You see what I'm saying? That's you don't have to pay anybody to do that. And you keep doing that, and over time, you're gonna grow. Being seen, all the stuff I was saying in the past, all that stuff still applies today. But anyway, let's get to the topic. The topic today is give customers what they want and watch the money add up. I remember when I first started detailing, and I would look on social media and I would watch different YouTube videos and other people that's in this field. Uh, I always got and the people who call themselves detailers, I always got the impression that it was all about the way that it should be done. Like, somebody says this is a detail, and then, oh, you got to use the 2 bucket wash method, or you got to use grit guards, or you got to do this, or you got to do that. You remember that era? And they'd be like, yeah, this is a detail. This is how it should be done. You should do it this way. You should do it that way. I'm not doing a car wash. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And I remember that era. And I remember kind of getting pulled into all that. But I always would realize and notice that a lot of these people didn't talk about the customer. They always talk about this is how it should be done. You should do it this way. You should do it that way. Uh, but most of those, and I will give them this. Most of the videos at that time were geared towards detailers and teaching you how to detail, teaching you how to do this, how to do that. Uh, Most of those videos was never based on like customer service or making money or stuff like that. And I got into this to make a living, to earn money, to invest and do other things outside of detailing. I'm not trying to be the best detailer. And, for the people who love, buffing and polishing and doing all that and, paint correction and scratch removal and all the little stuff, I can do all that stuff. But people love to do that and they pride themselves on being the best, and that's fine. But me, I want to give the best customer service. I want to be the best businessman. I want to actually impress the most customers. I want to have good reviews. I don't care about what another detailer thinks about my methods or anything. And that's my goal. When I go to a customer's house, and especially lawn care detailing, whatever I'm doing, whatever job I'm doing, I always want to know what the customer wants. And you can do that easily just by asking. Uh, just asking simple questions. Um, I did a car the other day. Lady said she wanted the interior details. Car was just bought. The car had been cleaned. I got there. The car was nice. I saw a few little. She was pointing out certain things that were very, very, very minor, like very minor. But you have people who will call you for a detail, and they only want so they picking that package because they do want the other things, but they're picking that package because you're focusing on certain areas. They may not tell you specifically what area that they want done, but you have to ask. And my thing is, you want to know what your expectations what their expectations are gonna be. So that means you can either raise their expectations or you can lower their expectations, depending on what's going on. If you look at the vehicle and they got a lot of stains and they pick, your top package, they're picking your top package to remove the stains. And a lot of people to get out there and they'll start, you know, going real aggressive on the outside and trying to make the outside look beautiful. And when they get on the outside, they kind of drop the ball and not realizing that the person ordered the package. Yeah, the package does come with polishing and waxing and this and that, and one step this and trim that, and polishing chrome and aluminum and all that. But they really picked the package because they want the interior done. The other stuff is just a bonus. If you forget to ask the question, you may drop the ball and you may get a bad review, and the person won't be happy. And that's what it's all about. If you don't provide good customer service and you start getting a lot of bad reviews, and people start not wanting to hire you, I don't care how good you are, you won't get any jobs. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So uh that's the thing. And I noticed that I've been able to I'm talking about before I started, doing polishing and waxing and pulling out buffers, before I called myself a detailer, when I was just washing cars, people would always be like, "Oh my God, you do a wonderful job. You do this, you do that," because I would always ask questions. And I learned that from talking to other detailers. I would, talk to other people, and sometimes we'll be talking on the phone, and they'll be actually heading to the job while I'm talking on the phone. I'll hear them, make it to the job and start going back and forth with the customer. And the customer, they'll say, "Hey, is there anything bothering you about the vehicle? Uh, is there anything you want me to pay special attention to? Is that part of the vehicle that's getting on your nerves?" And, I would hear that and I'd be like, wow, that's a good idea. Because, you'll come to a detail and you will sit there and you will waste all this time on things you think that need to be clean. And you got to understand, it's not about you. It's not about the detailer. It's about the customer. And I would see that a lot. If y'all go back watch some of these older videos from like maybe 2, 3 years ago, go back and watch them and see how the detailer talk about, oh, you got to polish it this way. You got to use this ingredient. You got to use this buffer pad. You got to use this. But they fail to tell you, hey, you need to know what the customer wants. Uh, and trust me, I know a lot of you guys are into this, not for the bragging rights. You're into this to make a living and provide for your family. Bragging rights is not going to pay your bills. So you want to ask the customer, like, you want to know what the customer actually wants and provide that for them. So you won't be wasting time, because it's just like, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he was like, man, he was doing a full detail, and the full detail comes with an engine wipe down. For some people, his package comes with an engine wipe down. So he starts on the engine and gets the engine going and everything. He's wiping it down and everything, but he was trying to get the engine perfect. And he said that once he got done with the vehicle, he had the doors open, he had the hood up, to show, so she can, when she comes out, she can see what all has been done. And she came out the house, she walked past the exterior, she walked past the engine, she walked past the exterior, And man, Ashton got it burning up in here with something he uses straight bleach. Hold on for a second, guys. Ashton, you use too much bleach. Hey, I mean, turn on the air conditioner. Yeah, but she walked past the engine. She walked past the exterior, and she went right for the interior. And one of the first places she looked was up. She looked right up at the sun visor, the headliner, and it was makeup right there. And she was like, "Oh, you forgot? Did you get this right here?" Then she went to, in between the seatbelt, like between the seatbelt and the seat. Sometimes you spill something right there. He missed that spot. And she looked, I mean, but the car was immaculate. It was beautiful. Like he did an excellent job. But you see those things she went to, she ordered that full detail just for that. Just for that. And pay attention. When you get done with people's cars, when they come out and they start looking at certain areas, and you start seeing the same pattern, because I know y'all witnessed that. I know it's happened to a few of you guys. You get done with the car and the person opens the trunk and look in the trunk or look at the trunk jam, or open the gas tank, and look at the gas tank and, glove box, console, cup holder. Start looking at little areas that most people will miss. I miss them. So what I do is, I heard another detailer asking. I said, you know what? I'm gonna start doing that too. So I started asking, like, hey, is there anything in the vehicle that's bothering you? Is there anything I need to pay special attention to? Is there anything in the vehicle that's been getting on your nerves that you've been looking at? You want it, you want it gone? And they was like, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, the makeup right there. I'll be like, okay. I'll make a mental note right here, there. They start pointing this stuff and make a mental note. Another thing too is when you're talking to them on the phone, when you're setting up the appointment, or if they emailing you, texting you, however they, have y'all, what communication that y'all decide to use, you want to ask them, uh, or you want to tell them anything that, you know, all the items, miscellaneous items or items of value, please remove them from the vehicle. If you, we don't go into the glove box, and we don't go into the console because those are private areas. If you want them clean, remove all items out of them and open them and leave them open, and we'll clean them. And then when you get on site, if you know if you forgot to tell them on the phone or before the appointment, when you get on site, ask them again. Hey, if you want, do you want your glove box cleaned or do you want your console cleaned? It's those little small things, and it's called customer service. It's those little small things that makes people enjoy the experience that you gave them, and they call you back and they tell other people about you. Uh, because trust me, I know y'all looking at these videos. Most of my videos, other people's videos, you're looking at them and it looks perfect. But trust me, it ain't perfect. You ain't removing all stains. You ain't getting all scratches out. You're not. Everything is not coming out 100%, and they're still calling you back. They're calling you back because of customer service. They're calling you back because you're doing a good job as well, but mainly because of customer service. If you're lowering their expectations or raising their expectations, whatever the case may be, they know what to expect. And if you tell somebody beforehand what to expect, then when they get what they expected, then they're happy. You get what I'm saying? Let's see what y'all say in the comment section. Orange Juice Jones, I see you. Well, not really. Uh, I don't know if you follow me on any other platforms, but if you If you guys are not members of the New Wave, go ahead and join right now. You know, go to Facebook, type in New Wave by ANA. You're going to see a New Wave logo. In the middle of that New Wave logo, you're going to see ANA. Search for on Facebook, search for New Wave by ANA. And again, you're going to see a New Wave logo, and you're going to see this logo in the middle of it. That way, you know at the right place. Go ahead and join. I have a new setup. I have a van where I do lawn care, where I have lawn care out the side and detailing out the side of the van and then out the back lawn care. And so I'm able to do lawn care and detailing at one site, or go from detailing to lawn care and not have to come home and swap out equipment and take stuff off and put stuff on. I don't have to do that anymore. It doesn't slow anything down because I was already good at lawn service when I started. When I started ANA, I started the lawn service January of 2012, and July of 2012 I added detailing, and I was already good at lawn care. I mastered one service first before I started the other one, so it didn't slow anything down. Um, and my detailing side was up. My lawn care side, I'm sorry, my lawn care side was already strong, and all I had to do was build a detailing side, so it did not slow anything down. Um, Detailing is not as hard as lawn care. Detailing is more relaxed than lawn care. If you know what I mean. If any of you guys done lawn care, is rough. You have to be physically fit, and you have to be in shape for it. It ain't nowhere around it. If you're not shape and you don't love what you do, and it's not for you, you won't last. Trust me. It's hot out there, and it's it's manual labor for real. I use the 8 bucket system. Yeah, I see nonsense. I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I remember all that. All that 8 bucket this, 2 bucket that, 3 bucket this, 4 wash, 5 wash, miss, all that. Man, it's. I mean, I understand. If you want to do a car, you don't want to get any scratches. You just want it to be perfect and all that. But trust me, in business, that's basically almost impossible. In business, unless you're gonna do one car a day. I remember a guy, I watched a video, and I don't know what was up with this guy. He was talking about, man, it takes him 12 hours to do a full detail. And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, you must just be a detailer, like a detailer for real. Like, I understand there are real detailers out there, but I look at it like it's a difference between a detailer and a businessman who happens to be a detailer. What do you charge the guy? I mean, what are you charging for a 12-hour job? What do you charge, $1,000? I don't see nobody paying $1,000 in detail. Like, I just don't see that. I mean, maybe maybe, and it maybe just me. I don't see it. I can't relate to it. It ain't what I do. So if somebody's getting that type of money, kudos. But I don't see it happen. Right. You can kill the car with just a couple of things. You're right. Right. That's what you do. Ask them what you need, what you want, what they want you to focus on. Exactly. The sound is going in and out. Oh man. Okay. Can everybody hear me? Is y'all sound going in and out on y'all end? I hope not. I hope all y'all can hear me. Okay. Love the new setup. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. Nah, 500 car. Look, I'm telling you guys, you say you better make a 500 car. Man, listen, if I work 12 hours, I'm making more than 500. I'm talking about cutting lawns. I'm making more than 500. That's what I'm saying. It just doesn't make any sense. And you got to understand, a customer does not want you at their house for 12 hours. And at the end of the day, it's a detail, car wash, whatever you want to call it. It shouldn't take you 12 hours unless you're doing some serious paint correction or you know, so a ceramic coating or something that's going to take time, that's going to take a curing time or something. You know, like that just doesn't make any damn sense. Oh, sound is good. Okay, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Right. I mean, yeah, stuff like that because you know you're in a different market. You're in a different market when the price goes up. It's a different demographic. You know, you got people that spend thousands and thousands and thousands on their car for just the smallest things. You know, they'll pay for that because that's what they into. I mean, you're doing a $3,000 job on a car, they got maybe $100,000 in. Uh, they'll do that. Uh, but this guy was talking about talking about like a full detail. So he made a I remember him making a video talking about detailer. It was like detailer or car washer or something like that. And you had a guy performing you had a guy performing a full detail. Probably took him. Yeah, I think he had help. I think he had help, or he may not have had help with him. But it took him like 2 to 4 hours. Now, if he had help, it was two. If he didn't have help, it was four. So based on that and what he saw in the video, which is edited, he said that that's not a detail, that's a car wash that he details and it takes 12 hours. And I'm thinking to myself, like immediately, I'm thinking to so you can only do one car a day. Uh, I mean, and you're not doing nothing special. You just clean the car. Full detail is just a detail. Detail is just is you're basically cleaning the vehicle, but you're being real specific. That's all. It's more steps than a car wash. You're being more specific. You know, you getting in the crevices, in the creases. You know, that's it. You're not doing nothing special, really. You're not. It's you're not doing anything special. Like, I mean, just think about it. If you're doing a detail with spray wax, with wash clay spray wax, uh, wipe down the interior dressing, washing the vehicle, tire shine, all that. And you might charge $100 for that. Well, full detail is just a few extra steps. And you can double the price. It's just a few extra steps. So it's nothing special. So why should it take 12 hours? And nobody wants you to be at their house for 12 hours. And if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, but I want to say that the guy was saying like take the tires off the car and clean behind this and all that. Nobody wants you to do all that for a Honda Accord or Mercedes that they drive every day. Like nobody wants all that. I mean, you're just taking it too far. And if he's charging 500 for that, he's lowballing himself. If you working for to me, if you're working for 12 hours, some people get paid 75 to $100 an hour. And if you're working for 12 hours, come on, do the math. I mean, do the math. If you're charging 25 on list or list at 30, you are slaving at that. It's good. Yeah. So I get 100 for a quick detail takes me an average of 2 hours, depends. Right. See, think about it. If it takes you, if you're doing a quick wash for 100, takes you 2 hours, right? I mean, look at, man, why would I spend all day slaving on a full detail? Yeah, it is. But the thing is that I see your Orange Jones, but again, that is a small segment of the demographic. Uh, I mean, you got car lovers out there, and if you get into that circle, there's like a small group of guys in that place. Wherever community you're in, it's like a small group of guys there, and of course, you can make more money. Um, but when you got soccer moms and you got those daily drivers that need their car done all the time, need it done, consistently all the time. I mean, you can make some serious money. The money is in the money. Most of the time is in the interiors. You can make a lot of money, man. And when it comes to wet sanding and polishing and doing all that, it's a lot of money to get into it as far as the equipment. Polishers with the right throws, with big throws, so you can be able to be efficient. Pads, uh, uh, what else? You know, pads and all the polishes and sealants and all the stuff that you need to go along with that can get pretty pricey. And most of the guys who just started out can't afford those polishes. Some of the polishes are very, very expensive, but it's easier to get into, like, interior detail. It's easy to do, the pay is different. Instead of making that big $3,000 on the job, you know. But the thing is that you can go to Walmart and get most of what you need there, like everything there, or like Home Depot or somewhere like that, and get everything there. You don't even need a water tank or electricity. You can use theirs to get started. But when you're talking about polishing the wet side, first of all, you got to know what you're doing already. So it's you got to know what you're doing. It's not something that you could just watch a couple of YouTube videos you got to have the experience. So that's just a whole different beast, man. That's something else. Orange Jones, I mean Orange Juice Jones. Right, 250 for a sedan, 4 to 5 hours. What do I say to a person that wants to start detailing? Uh, Keep it simple. Start with what you know. Work with what you have. Uh, don't overthink it. That's what I'll tell a detailer, because that's why I tell somebody just starting out, because what happens is you're I'm gonna tell you, YouTube messes a lot of people up. You know, People watch YouTube and then they want to be at the level that they're watching the people at, and you got to understand, videos are edited. Even my videos are edited. You know, if I slip, trip, and fall, oh, it's edited out. If I'm just keeping it real. If uh if it's a certain side of the car I don't like, I edit it out. So like, don't think that everything comes out perfect. I don't care who it is. Your favorite detailer, everything's not coming out perfect. I do make mistakes, uh, But I correct those mistakes, and I come up with ways so I won't make those mistakes again. But the thing is you don't want to overthink this stuff. It's simple. Trust me. You're just cleaning. You're just cleaning. Like if this bottle was dirty, you just got to come up with the best, least expensive, quickest way to get the best results to clean this bottle. It's just like cleaning your house. You just got, what's the quickest way? What's the best way? And that's what you got to learn. You got to get a system going. And that's basically what I could tell a person just starting out, because like I said, a lot of people sit there and watch YouTube videos and then they want to do what the person is doing, but not realizing the level of experience, what that person went through. You can't be like that person. That person has life experiences that you probably never have. They see everything differently than you. You won't be like them. You have to develop your own experiences. Now you can, get answers from them and get ideas from them and learn certain things from them, but you're not gonna be like them. I don't care how hard you try, it's not gonna happen. It's impossible. But that's what messes a lot of people up. And then the things that they say or what they believe in is really just their opinion, doesn't have anything to do with detail. It's just their opinion. And you take that and you run with it, and then you mess yourself up. You don't need all this fancy stuff in the beginning. You don't need it. I mean, I had my truck. I had my truck before. I did not buy my truck for detailing and lawn care. I bought that truck before I even thought about doing this. 5 years. The truck was already paid off when I started detailing. I wasn't even thinking about lawn care detailing when I bought my truck. So I already had that. And when I decided to do it, I had $500, and I was like, "This is all I'm gonna put into it." So I think I put a little more than 500, but as far as the equipment, 500. Bought a $100 generator. It was like $99 on sale. It was like 1,000 watts, enough to turn my vacuum on. I got my pressure washer. I had that big old water tank. Uh, y'all been watching. I just bought a van. I just started buying, and y'all can watch my videos. You can start to see when I got a bigger generator, and when I bought a steamer, and when I, bought a polisher, and when I started, I started climbing. You saw that. Uh, Everything that I tell you guys is what I did. I'm not gonna tell you nothing wrong. If I don't know, I'll just tell you I don't know, and I won't talk about what I don't know. I won't do that. Uh, but like I said, a lot of people watch YouTube and then they just say, well, he has this, I'm gonna go get it too. And not realizing, do you have the customers to pay for that? Like when I purchased my van, uh, I had to say, okay, at some point I want to get an enclosed trailer or a van. At some point I want to upgrade. So I raised my prices and raised my prices. So when I do get it, I can maintain it, and I raise my prices. So over time, I can save that money from those raised prices and buy, new things. And that's how I did it. I did, I did, you just like y'all can go watch, you can go watch Sporty's Mobile Detail. You go watch it. I mean, he's got a whole bunch of stuff, man. But he's got a whole bunch of stuff. But when I went down there to visit him and we did some detailing together, he wasn't. I mean, some of that stuff that he pulled it out because I was there, so I can use it. Because he knows, he knows that I'm using my hands a lot, and that's why y'all rarely see me spraying. I use pump sprays. I use a lot of stuff because I'm using my hands. I'm constantly doing this with lawn care and detailing and everything. So my hands started giving me problems. So I started using, things to be less, wear and tear on my hands. And so ever since I've been doing this, my hands, I don't have any problems anymore. So he was pulling out that stuff because he knew that I had problems with my hands. So like he would pull out the tire shine applicator, all this stuff that you guys love. I mean, y'all see that stuff, y'all, oh my God, I gotta have it, blah, 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 blah. But he pulled that stuff out because I was there. and we was doing about 30 cars. We was doing exterior washes with tire shine on a whole bunch of cars. And he put it out for efficiency, you know. But when we was doing regular detailing, man, he was using all the same stuff that I was using, you know, Harbor Freight steamers, and I mean, he did have better polishes. He wasn't using Harbor Freight polishes, but that's where he started from. We all started at the $25 wash, the $25 detail. We all started out like, not all of us, not you guys, but I'm saying like me, Sporty's, other people. We all started out at right there, and we built our business up from that. Uh, you know, we started from that, and we had the mindset to say, you know, we're going to raise our prices over time, but we want to, you know, we want to get it from the mud. We want to, you know we're gonna get some nasty cars, and to make those cars look like new again, or look, you know, to have customers come out and hug us, and then, you know, that $25 detail will turn to a $50 detail because they give you $25 tip. And, you know, when we started seeing we was getting tips and stuff like that, we was like, well, damn, every time I do a detail, I'm getting tipped an additional $10, $20. So they can spare $10 to $20. So the prices went up $10, $20. It just kept going up over time, over time, over time. Um, you got to get in here and enjoy the process. Uh, stop, stop looking at other detailers and wanting to get to where they are so fast. You know, if you looking up to these detailers and you're inspired, you know, by people like me, Sporties, Eric Jones, all these people that y'all watch. If y'all inspired by these people, you need to get to know their story, learn their story, how they get started, where all this come from, how they get to the point that they are now. Not focused on where they are now and just trying to get there today. No, you want to see, you know, where they started from. What was their mindset like? What was their goals? What were they trying to do? Where are their goals now? Like, what were they doing? Those are things you want to ask. You don't want to just let this YouTube thing mess y'all up, because that's what it did. I remember I kind of got caught up in it myself. If y'all go back to some of my earlier videos, like if y'all go back to like the beginning, like I think I made my first YouTube video 2016. So if you, or maybe 2015. I think my first video was 2015. So if you look at 2015, 16, maybe summer 17, you would see that I would say car wash. I wouldn't say I was a detail. I would say car wash, because I just thought that detailing was just on some other level. And then, you know, over time I was doing cars, and people was like, yo, you really detail. You just not putting wax on the cars, and you're not shampooing, and you're not doing the edge, you're not doing that, but you're not cleaning, but you're detailing. And because I was, you know, when I get on the inside, I was getting every nook and cranny, getting in between the seats, all that type. That's like, man, you detail, you just not doing the wax and stuff like that. So over time, I started to see like, wow, okay, you know. And then when I started looking at people packages, I was like, wow, well, dang, I'm doing the same thing. I'm just not doing this, this, and this, and I can clearly do that. So that's a detail. I'm like, okay, shit, I guess I'm a detailer now. Well, you be careful, Orange Jones, because it's a lot of people on here that do full details. So basically, I do full details. So basically, you saying what I'm doing is bullshit? Is that what you're saying? You gotta be careful what you're saying. You gotta be careful what you're saying, because you basically saying that pretty much everybody on here is bull. Because I mean, a lot of these guys, I see them on a new wave, and if you look at their package, all of them got full details. Starting tech. What's up? What you got the question marks for? Attention to detail. Yeah, right. Hey, bro. Okay, my bad. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. I just started detail. I've been doing it for years, but just started the actual business. I made 2150 in 3 weeks. Business was booming. Then the last 1.5 weeks, only one appointment. Any tips? Uh, well, what happened? Basically, probably what happened is, um, when you was booming, um, you probably was contact. I mean, when you first started, usually what we'll probably do, and I'm asking, I'm saying a statement, but it's also a question. Were you basically were you contacting family and friends in those 3 weeks that you were booming? Like, how did you get those customers when you were booming? Yeah, I see you started tech. Yeah, I was advertising online, Craigslist. Okay, so are you still advertising? No family. Okay. Well, basically, what you got to do starting tech is what you got to do is basically you need to be seen. You need to get things back jumping again. You're gonna have to make a move. I leave the post up for 30 days, but I feel I gotta. It gets lost after a week or two. Right. Okay. Uh, are you only posting on Craigslist? Are you posting anywhere else? I know you used online, but you typed in Craigslist and let go. Are you are you see, that's the thing about detailing. Sometimes it'll slack up. Sometimes the weather or whatever it'll slow down. But uh, yeah, okay. Well, try Facebook. Uh, try Google. Do some research. Yeah, so cleaning is cleaning. Yeah, I see you, Orange Jones. But starting tech, you want to basically, you're gonna have to make a move. And what I mean make a move is that you're gonna have to do something to get things jumping again. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, all man, I'm telling you, any online website or whatever, any online platform is great. Uh it's great. But you're gonna have to do something to get things popping again. Um, I'll give you an example. What I would do is I would go out there and I would find a friend, a family member, or you know, it can be your wife, it can be your girlfriend, it can be anybody. If you have a car, if you have your own personal car, get someone to follow you to somewhere public, and you go out there and you go out there and you do your own car in the parking lot somewhere where cars are going to be passing by, and you could just do the outside of the vehicle, just for show, or you could go do somebody's vehicle for free that you're real good friends with. The outside of the vehicle or the whole vehicle, however you want to do it. And as people pass by, and stop. Hey, you got a card? Pass out cards. Uh, like there's not. I can't tell you a way that says, okay, go do this and you will get customers. You're just gonna have to look at your surroundings and look at your area. You got to come up with something. What I used to do was I would offer cheaper prices and I would run specials. Uh, and to get things moving. I'm not saying that's the best way. I'm not saying it's the best way, but it worked. Uh, I'm just giving you an example. I'm just trying to spark some in your head, something that you can think of. Like I said, you gotta make a move, or some people say you gotta bust a move. You gotta do something. Like literally, I'm telling you, man. I remember I was sitting at home, just relaxing, sitting back, and I just said, man, you know what? I wonder if this place has a detailer that comes out there and do their cars. And so I literally got up, contacted the person that I knew there, and say, hey, can I come do your car? Let me come do your car for free. And I was like, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the people at your job. And she was like, sure. So I went out there and I knew she already kept her car clean. So I knew that, it was going to be a couple of squirts of gas, a couple of squirts of tire shine, a few drops of soap, a little bit of water. I didn't have nothing going on that day. I wasn't making no money that day anyway. So I might as well, go out there and be seen. And that being seen would definitely get you a lot of work. That works all the time. So what I did is I went out there, I did the car. A couple people passed by. I passed out cards. I saw a security guard. I even asked the security guard, "Can I put flyers on the car?" And he was like, "Well, no, you can't do that. We don't allow solicitors up here." I said, "Cool, cool." So I just sat up there and took my time wiping on the car, and then I said, "Well, you know what? Let me put some spray wax on it. Put some spray wax on it, wipe it in. The car was already clean, but I just gave it more pop, and the car was red, so it just attracted a lot of people. So then I asked her, I said, hey, do you know anybody? Do you know if anybody comes up here and washes the cars for y'all employees? And she was like, I don't know, but let me ask, so she asked around, and luckily she was able to find the lady that actually organized the group wash for the job site. And she was like, yeah, we do have someone. Yeah, we got someone already. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool, So then another idea popped in my head. I said, you know what? Offer her a free car wash. So I offered her a free car wash. She was like, are you sure? I said, yeah, yeah, yeah. She was like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. See, this is what I thought. My idea, I was like, oh man, this is a good idea. But I saw my idea not working as I was doing it. I saw it not working from her not knowing if anybody come out there to do cars, the security guard not allowing me to put the flyers on the cars, uh, to the lady saying that they already have someone. So I was like, wow, this is not going to work. But I just said, you know what? Let me give her a free car wash so she can see what I can do. Just in case it doesn't work out with this guy, because detailers come and go. So just in case it doesn't work out, that she already knows somebody. So I said, okay, cool. So I did her car, did a great job. Her car was a little dirty, did a great job, gave her my card, and 2 years go by. Now, trust me, I'm doing other cars, working, doing my thing, and I forgot all about that situation. So 2 years goes by, and she called me. She said, hey, you remember me? You did my car up here, such and such. And I'm like, I'm trying to think. I'm like, yeah, 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 I remember. And she said, are you interested in coming up here and doing the cars? And I was like, yeah. And I started doing the cars up there. Uh, you gotta understand when you just started, it's going to be slow. You charge 100 for exterior, for a detail, 100 with paint correction. Okay, I get it. I'm offering carpet extraction service and ceramic coating now. Trying to think outside the box. Yeah, it don't really matter what packages you offer. Uh, when trying to get customers is getting the customers. You know, you get the customers, then as you start dealing with customers, that lets you know what packages that the packages that will, you know, the packages that will actually, that will actually get, that will actually grab the customer's attention. Because like, I mean, you gotta think about it. In the interior detail package, women love that. We just gonna focus on the interior because they're gonna say, I'm gonna run this joker through the car wash anyway. So you know, you want to focus on getting the customers, and there's so many ways to get them. There's so many ways to advertise, but like I said, you just got to make a move, man. Uh, that's how it is when you first start. Yeah, that's how it is when it first start tech. Um, you'll get spurts or when it's get busy, and then it'll just dry up because you don't have a customer base yet. So those people that you did to earn that, what did you say you earned? Was it like 31.50 or 21.50? But whatever you earn, it's gonna take time for those customers to rotate back around again. But they will be calling you back. It's just that that was only 2, 3 weeks ago. So they will be calling you back. You just got to build a large customer base so those repeat customers will continue to rotate through. So you just got to give it time. 21.50. You just got to give it time. You'll be making 21.50 in a week. Just give it time. And, uh, that's going to happen. You just started, so just be patient. Orange juice. I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is calling a full detail bull. That's what I'm saying. I understand exactly what you said. If I'm charging $50 for a premium wash without doing all the extras, 50 times five is 250 a car wash mostly. Taking that per car are done really looks like it's been detailed. Yeah, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, I'm just saying, be careful what you're saying because you got people out here doing full details and you're saying it's bull. And everybody don't feel that way. I mean, when you say a full detail is bull, and you got people that has the package called full detail, you're basically saying they're bull. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about packages and washing cars versus this and this and that. I'm just saying calling a full detail bull. Everybody don't think that way. Oh, okay. Since you do pressure washer, lawns, cars, you feel like you got the yeah, when you're doing all those extra services, it can get crazy. But what I do is when I see myself having a lot of customers and I see myself getting overwhelmed, the first thing I do is raise my prices. Matter of fact, I just raised my prices today. I just raised all my prices today. If y'all check my website out, I don't know if y'all know what my prices were before, but I just raised them today. But if you're starting to get wore out like that and you start getting busy like that and you feel like you're gonna have to let something go, one of the first things I do is I raise prices. If you're thinking about letting something go, don't do away with a service. You may have to do away with some customers. What I do is I always have a list of customers that I'll be like, well, you know what? Uh, I think I might have to let some of these customers go. The ones that they never really because I got a lot of great customers. I have a lot of great customers that value you and value your work, value my work. They value, what I do. They constantly calling me to do different jobs. Like the other day, I did a job. I trimmed a lot of bushes and did a lot of cleanup around their house and stuff like that. They let me do it like once or twice a year, and then I'm doing the lawn every week or every 2 weeks or every 10 days. And I have a lot of great customers like that. I got customers that I'm there every week. But sometimes you got those customers that call you. They let the yard grow up extremely high, then they call you. Customers like that, they be the first thing I let them go. Soon as I start getting overwhelmed, those type of customers, I hurry up. I just go ahead and let them go. Raise my prices. I'll start to see my money drop, and then it will just rise, and it will rise higher than it was when I was overwhelmed. So that's what I do to combat that. But if you just getting older and you physically just can't do certain things anymore, yeah, you definitely want to let some people go. That's not worth it. Because I mean, I got a person that'll call me, once a month or once every other month, and the grass is crazy high. Now I do got some people who call me when they need me, but the yard is manageable. Like the grass is high, but it's manageable. It doesn't take me. It still takes me the same amount of time if it wasn't high to cut it. Now some people that's not the case. They'll call you. They'll let the bushes grow out of whack. They'll let the yard grow out of whack, and they just let it go for months. And then they call you, and they think they're going to get it done for the same price. I just let those customers go. Uh, and if you got customers who always trying to negotiate prices, let them go. And so you can start, basically so you can start fresh. You're at a higher price, you're doing less work for a higher price. You won't want to advertise and market to people that can afford it. That's the thing. And I'm not talking about charging people insane, crazy high prices. I'm just saying people that value your work and can afford it and don't mind paying you, for your services. Um, because I remember when I first started, man, I had like 50 lawns, and I started getting to a point where I was hating what I was doing because I had so much going on. And then I just started saying, okay, this person is always late paying me. So when the new year started, I let all them people go. Late paying me, I'm sending you invoices and it's taking you 2 weeks to pay me. I was letting them go. And those problems started slowly but surely start to go away. 2001, $50. Want to be patient, 5 cars for 250. I do 2 cars and make that. Prices. Yeah. But see here, let me tell y'all guys, this I don't want y'all guys to do this. Okay. Don't compare prices. Don't compare prices. Don't worry about what the next man is charging and how much they're making and all that. I don't want y'all to start doing this on here. And I know who's that. I know who you saying that to, but hey, to each his own. You know, you don't want to start doing that. You worry about what you're doing. Don't worry about what the next person doing. Because that was a time that that $50 price. He was saying that he does cars for $50. But I don't know that sounded like that was an exterior only. He said car wash, so I'm assuming that's exterior only. But me, I was doing cars for $50, and I was doing the inside and the outside. And sometimes it was taking me 2 hours, and I was getting $50. So like, ain't nobody gonna tell me that, you know, my ideas and my struggle was, less than anybody else's. Like I worked my way to this point, and trust me, I built my business off the $20 car wash. I built my business off the $50 car wash. Trust me. And I'm talking about I was doing the inside too. So not just the outside. I was for $25. I was doing the outside and the inside, and I built my business up for that. So uh, my thing is that if I don't understand what somebody's doing or what they're talking about, I ask for clarification. And if I don't understand it, sometimes it ain't meant for you to understand it. You just gotta, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Star Tech, don't do that. Don't do that. Like what we not gonna do that here. Like don't, if I know people, I know you said full detail is bull, like, but don't let it upset you, and don't do what the person, because what you're doing is what he just did is it's the same thing. It's not bull. Trust me, it's not bull. Everybody here is to make money. You know, the means justify the ends. As long as you get to where you're trying to go, you know what I'm saying? Is you can travel down the road and your destination is right here, but you may take a wrong turn, or you may go the wrong way, or you may go the long way. It doesn't matter. When you get there, you're there. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you was doing $50 washes. Doesn't matter if you rather do washes. My thing is saying something is bull. It's not bull. It's maybe bull to you, but it's not bull to everybody else. So like we're not gonna do that here. You understand what I'm saying? I don't, just keep it positive. If you don't like what somebody's doing, or you don't agree with somebody's doing, just keep it to yourself. Or you can disagree respectfully. You understand what I'm saying? Price is too low. Clay it again. Okay, sorry, read that. When you take pride in your work, sorry for talking over the feed. How do you feel about rich people treating you like you're lower than them? Constant bragging and demeaning you. I try to ignore it, but does it bother you, A&A? Okay, when you said they're bragging, okay, I get the bragging. You said demeaning you. How are they demeaning you? Yeah, but if you gonna let your go talk, and I think I'm gonna roll trip will go for the same price. They're crazy. Yeah. Yo, some people actually think that. Equipment I use Toro, Best 30 inch, FS70, drummer, house Cavallo. All right, you working with something there, Solidified. Always keep this mindset: when you just work and love what you do, it's all come to you and more. Enjoy the process. I hear you, EA the truth. Basically, that's a good mindset to have. Sounds like you just enjoy the process. I feel that's how you got your customer base. I was just saying that because he said it was bull, but feeling it need to compare. Yeah, it's just a thing, man. You don't have to. I see you start tech, but yeah, both you guys, like that's just not cool. I come from a dealership and body shop background, so all I know is how to make a car immaculate quick. So I apologize for calling full detail bull. I see your orange juice. How do you tell your customers you raise your price? I just tell them. I just tell them. It ain't no way to tell them, man. It's just like telling somebody their breath stink. You just gotta say it. It's no it's no method of telling them. You just gotta just say it. Oh yeah, the prices went up. That's it. I just say my prices went up. You know, but my prices go up like 10 to 15 to $20. Uh, when I be scared, I like raise it $5. Now trust me, I am not perfect. I'm not the best detailer. I don't know everything. Uh, when I go to my page, when I go to my website to raise my prices, or when I decide to raise my prices, it hits my mind like months prior. Like I've been thinking about raising my prices for 3 months, and I just raised them today. You see what I'm saying? I have it typed in. I just hadn't pushed the button. I'm sitting there for 3 months, like, should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? Uh, but when I'm comfortable and when I'm confident, I hit that button. My comfortability and me being more confident comes from when I'm going to do the jobs, pay attention to customers. When I give them a price, okay, that's cool, great. Great, good deal, sounds good. When can we do it? When I start getting those reactions, and then when I give them the price, and then when I finish the job, and then they pay me, you know, they $30 tip, $20 tip, $10 tip, $15 tip, which means you already been tipping me, my rate, the rates. You already been tipping me there already. So if somebody, like literally, I had somebody tip me $100 one time, and I've had that happen several times. I did a wash. I did not a wash. I did a detail. I did a standard detail. Sunday I did two of them. The guy tipped me like $50. He tipped me 25 per car, on top of 100 per car. It was 100 per car. He tipped me 25 on. I mean, what? Yeah, 25 on both cars. You see what I'm saying? So when they start doing that, that's when I'll be like, okay, well, it's not going to be a big deal if I go up 10, 20. I remember back, I used to go up five. Like I would be, scared. Like, don't get it wrong, I'll be scared too. But once I've made that decision and I'm confident with it, then I just blurt it out. Hey, yo, my prices went up. Uh, and it doesn't fade them. They be like, oh, okay. Sometimes they don't even notice that it went up because they ask me how much every time I do it. Every time I do a car, like, because think about it, when you're doing details, see, it's different when you're doing more of like washes. But when you're doing details, somebody can get a detail in January. You may not see them again. They're probably running their car through the car wash, unless you got repeat customers. Unless you got repeat customers that are getting it done on a weekly, bi-weekly basis. But if you got customers that you're doing full details, that's all they get, and they get your higher package, and that's all they get. You may not see them again in 3 to 6 months. Sometimes they forget what the price was. So if this sounds close to the price, unless they're just cheap, and you don't want them anyway. If a customer complains about your prices, you don't want them anyway. Okay, they move on, and you can put a new customer in that spot. Trust me. I challenge you guys to do this. Go to any city where you guys from. We got people from Atlanta, California, DC, Jersey, New York. Go to a major intersection and just stand there. Just go to a major intersection, get your car, drive, park. Park in a parking lot right next to a major intersection. Just sit there, and then set your timer for like 5 minutes, and try to count all the cars that pass you. It ain't enough. You can't get 5 of those cars. You know what I mean? You just got to put the work in. So y'all tell me that y'all gonna get 100 for a maintenance wash in and out. Yeah, I got a maintenance wash. My maintenance wash is 85 now, but you can do a standard detail. Like my maintenance wash and my standard detail is very similar. My standard detail is probably at what, $100 now, $90 now, and the only thing it is a car wash with spray wax and interior dressing, and you get 100. You can get it. I'll just tell them. If my loyal maintenance customers, I'll just tell them, hey, my prices went up. And like you said, you use the word loyal. If they're loyal and they're good, and they're good. You know, they're you know, the thing is that if you do your work right, if you if you do your research, you want to pick a certain demographic. And what I mean by that, I'm not talking about rich people. I'm not talking about rich people. Just a certain demographic. A demographic just has to do way more than where you live and how much you make. Uh, because you're gonna have some people, you got some people that they make enough to afford you. That's all it is. They don't have to be rich. They make enough to where they can afford you, and they put your services in their budget. You got some people who, you know, when it comes to lawn care and detailing, you're going to be coming to their house, and these people want to be able to trust you around their home. People don't let just anybody come to their house. You know, their house is their place of peace where they feel safe. So they don't want just anybody coming there. So they want a dependable person there. And what I'm saying is you go up, but I'm not going up $100 like I wasn't doing your yard for $50 last, you know, 6 months ago, and then now I'm at $100. No, I don't do that. But I'm not gonna raise the price, and I'm not gonna be insane, but my price is gonna be within reason. But the thing is that I wanted to see, my thing is I wanted to make at least $75 an hour. That's what I wanted to make. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's just 50. Sometimes I make 100. Sometimes I make my 75. Uh, but I told myself this is what I wanted to make. So I raised my prices over time to meet that goal. And that's why I was raising my prices. So you don't want to, you know, like I said, you don't want to do that. You want your prices to be reasonable. You know, if the market only costs for $100 for a certain package, you know, unless you're in Beverly Hills somewhere where those prices does, you know, where $100, 200, $300 is doesn't mean nothing to those guys because they making, you know, tens of thousands of dollars a month or more, you know, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. You know, $300, $400 is nothing to them. But you know where you at. So you know what's unreasonable. You know what I'm saying? So uh you know, if you got loyal customers and you're being reasonable, if you raise your prices, they'll stay with you if they're loyal. They'll stay with you. And if they can't afford it, okay, but your business has to grow. You know, you can't hold your business because somebody can't afford it or don't want to pay it. You know, trust me, they can find somebody that can pay, you know, they can find somebody that they can afford or that's in their budget, and you just move on. You know, it's trust me, it's all business. I don't take it personal because think about it. If a customer loses their job, they're not gonna have any problem telling you, hey, you know, I lost my job, I don't have any money coming in, we're not gonna need your services anymore. They'll let you go at the drop of a hat. And please don't get mad. It's nothing personal. You know, it's business. Uh, trust me, I appreciate all my customers. I appreciate every customer I've ever had. I appreciate it. Uh, but I all know that, you know, they can die, they can move, they can get sick, anything can happen. You don't know, you can get sick, and you don't know. So I don't take any of this personal. So like, you know, if they don't want to rock with you, then and then sometimes they'll leave and they'll come back. I've had that to happen. You know, one lady said, "I am trying to help the community and help people who need it more than I do, and you just happen to be that person." But I just felt the way she said it is was demeaning. Okay, start tech. Make sure that I'm going to try to say this the right way. Start take. Make sure that that's not an issue that you have within yourself. Just take what she said at face value. Don't think too much into it. If you're still doing business with her, I mean, if she's still uh, using your services, just pay attention to it. But don't try not to take it the wrong way. Uh, think about think about yourself in that moment. If you're going through something right now, and this is just me giving you advice. I'm not saying that this is what it is, but if you're going through something right now, you could take things the wrong way, because your mindset is at a certain place. So basically, just don't read into it. If she's really that way, it'll come out. And make sure that you're for certain that that's how she is that she is being demeaning. Make sure you're for certain. Sometimes you could just be feeling some type of way and take things the wrong way. uh, I don't know what point you are in your life. I don't know, you may she could be going through something, or you could be going through something, or you could have just had a tragic event or something, or she could just had a tragic. People do strange things, man. So just make sure you're not taking that the wrong way. uh, if she said that and she's helping you, I'll just take it for what it is until she proves it. You know, how do you know what to price it at though? How do I know the price what at? My detail? I think my biggest downfall is I don't know how to do Facebook and the internet, and that's all. Well, guess what? You need to focus on how to do the internet and Facebook. You need to focus on doing it. You need to focus on doing it. If you feel like something is holding you back, or that's a downfall, that's something you need to focus on. Facebook, the internet is not hard. Uh, like I had been doing my, like I said, I've been doing my, I've been looking. I just got a new software, Adobe Premiere Pro, and I was using Windows Movie Maker. If y'all guys know anything about those two programs, it's night and day. They're nothing alike. And I know y'all watch my videos, and I was just, oh, this man is editing. That Adobe Premiere Pro, it's just totally different. So it's kind of like I know nothing again. So I've been playing with it. I watch videos on YouTube. I fall asleep watching videos on YouTube about it. Anytime I got some free time, like it rained on me today, so I came in, hopped on the computer, and started practicing. I just, got some clips that I had and put them together and play around with them. And, I'm never going to put this video out, but it's just, just to learn. So, so you want to basically, you know, you want to work on that and get good at it. If you feel like that's your downfall, but that's a very easy fix. I appreciate you, Solidified. Yeah, yeah, you got to get that Facebook page Solidified. Trust me. I mean, Craigslist is good. People probably don't even buy papers that much anymore. Uh, newspapers is a thing of the past. Like everybody's on these smartphones, man. I mean, everybody's on these smartphones. It's this, you go anywhere and this is all you see. That's all they doing is scrolling up, down, left, right. That's all they doing all day. Uh, I even got two of them: business phone, personal phone, and that's everybody's there all day doing this. That's where all the eyes are at. So you're gonna want to get that. You want to get on that Facebook, man. Uh, and I don't. I'm gonna be honest. Like when I run ads on Facebook, I get a few people. I don't get a lot of people from the ads I run on Facebook. But Facebook is kind of like TV. You know how you watch a McDonald's commercial, you don't go and go get McDonald's. When you watch, but it exists. You know where to go if you want McDonald's. You know what they have because of the commercials. So it's the same thing. Like you doing your Facebook. You posting cars and you posting videos and posting your work and before and after pictures. Your friends and your network and people that's on your page will see that you're doing that and they know that you do that. So they sit in the break room one day and somebody walks in and be like, man, I really need my car cleaned. I wish somebody could come up here and just clean my car for me. Oh, I know a guy, you see? And I have that happen to me all the time. I did a car the other day from a guy, recommended, say, yeah, he's on Facebook. She gave the girl my page. She went and looked at my page, saw my videos, and was like, I want you to do my car. You see? So it works. Trust me. The thing is that I think a lot of you guys want things. You spend money, you run an ad, you should get cars. Don't work that way. You go, I invest, in different, stocks, different companies, like Nike, uh, Roku, Cron, Netflix, Facebook. Um, and when you look at their numbers, you look at the money that they brought in, you can also look at how much they spend in advertising and research and development. And they spend, oh my God, like an crazy, insane amount of money on advertising. A lot, a lot. I mean, it'll blow your mind how much they spend, you know. And you got to think about it, man. Just think about all the commercials that you skip and they paid all that money and you skipping it. But it's there, and that's how advertising is. It's not like when you advertise something, you're going to get a rush of people. It's a slow build over time. All right, Megan, Megan, I'm live. She can't fucking hear. Then I get frustrated and feel like an idiot. But listen, you done already lost. if you say that you're not very smart, you already lost, man. When people say run the business ain't for me, or when people say I can't do it, you lost before you even started. You can't do that. Trust me. I look at stuff for the first time and I be like, oh my God, but I just make steps. Okay, how do I do this? Okay, how do I do that? Then I just do it over again, do it over again. Then I add a new thing to it. And then I go back to what I learned. Like I learned 1, 2, and 3. And then I repeat 1, I repeat 2, I repeat 3. I repeat 1, I repeat 2, I repeat 3. Then I add 4. All right. I add 4, then I go back to 1, repeat 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3. And I keep doing, I just keep adding, keep repeating, keep repeating. It's repetition. It's repetition. Everything you learn, you got great at it from repetition. Uh, if you're saying stuff like you're not very smart and putting yourself down, then that's what it's going to be. You are what you think. It's 30 an hour minimum. I don't know. Like people, I don't know who comes up with what. I don't know who says it, who comes up with what. Uh, when you run your own business, I mean, you dictate what's the minimum or what you want to make. I don't know. I don't know what's the minimum. The question is that what's the minimum that you want to make? What's what's the lowest you would leave your house for? That's up to you. Right. Download it on your phone. Download it on your phone. Sit there and just play around with it. Ask people questions. Pretty sure you got, if, I don't know how old you are, but if you have any kids, like watching YouTube, if I don't feel like watching YouTube and I don't feel like doing something, man, I would actually ask him, yo, Ashton, do this for me real quick. He'll get on there, he'll do it, and I'll be like, yo, how did you do that? He'll show me, and then I know how to do it. Uh, Trust me, the kids, they know how to do that stuff, man. They own it all day at school, at home, at church. They own it all day. They know how to do it. I appreciate it, Brandon. Brandon Babb, I see. Appreciate you. MTH Power Wash. Greetings. I see. Okay, you're over 50. Yeah, man, trust me. It's just like anything you learn when you saw it for the first time. Excuse me. When you saw it for the first time, you didn't know what was going on. Trust me. Like, I was able to do it. I was able to cut out a video with the Adobe Premiere Pro, but man, I was struggling. I was struggling. Like it was really tough, but I learned, the basics. I pretty much got the basics down. So now I want to show off and do little extra stuff and do little special effects and stuff like that. So I'm watching videos, and then when I watch a video, I'll try to do it, and I just keep doing it. Right. I'm telling you, man. Every type of advertising, like social media, it really works because that's where the eyes are. That's where the eyes are. Like people not even watching television like that anymore. Everybody's streaming everything where sometimes when you streaming stuff, unless you got free streaming and you get the ads with it. But if you're paying for streaming like Stars or YouTube TV and stuff like that, or premium, and you're not getting no commercials, you know, you're not really seeing a lot of commercials. So the only place they got else to run their ads is like social media, and that's where everybody runs their ads. Like YouTube, if you pay attention to YouTube, there if you make videos on YouTube, like they're changing their policies because the time that we're in, if you saying hateful stuff, if you cursing a lot, if you doing stuff, like they're not running ads on your videos. Like you can make videos and put what you want, but if they see something on, that's when they ask you, is this for kids? They're asking you all these different questions. If you got hate speech and stuff like that, they taking your stuff down. And because the reason why YouTube is taking it down is because the advertisers won't advertise on your page if you're doing stuff like that. So it's becoming real serious. Uh, Things are starting to change. It's not like when we was growing up, Solidified. It wasn't like I'm not far from you. Say you're 50, 8 years apart. So I know the era when commercials ran. You'd watch sitcoms on television, and commercials ran all through those sitcoms. Every every so many minutes a commercial will come on. And commercial after commercial after commercial, then the show will start back, right when it's getting good, it goes to commercial. And you have to wait. You know what I'm saying? And since all this happened, I had no time to watch a lot of videos. Learned a lot. Yeah. Yeah. And so like when you got downtime, trust me, cherish these times. When you want to like when you want to get out there, you want a lot of details and you want to work and you want a lot coming in and you want to make money. And you just sitting there like, man, I wish I could get more customers. I wish I could get more customers. When you start getting a whole bunch of customers, then you won't have time to do those small things. You'll start realizing that. So cherish this time when you got time to think and put things together and learn things and all that. I did my best work, as far as like YouTube videos and ideas and advertising. I did my best work when I was when everything was slow for me. When I was doing like one car a day, or I remember doing one car a week. I remember in the wintertime, no lawns, none. And I started as the years went by. As the years went by, I started doing more and more and more lawns. In the wintertime because I had more customers. The thing is, you gotta touch cars, man. Trust me, it's gonna take for you to be good at anything. It's gonna take 10,000 hours. Um, if y'all, where I got that from is y'all want to read the book, The Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, and he brings up like all the rich people, the era that they grew up in, all the outliers that made them successful, and but he starts off talking about all these guys that are successful, like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and all these guys, like whatever that they were good in and whatever that made them rich, they uh they put 10,000 hours in to be good. And that's what happens. It's gonna take 10,000 hours. Uh for you to be a master at anything. So you just gotta be patient and put the time in. You're not gonna be successful unless you put the time in. I don't care what nobody tells you. It just doesn't work that way. If and I've learned this the hard way, and I was told this before I learned it the hard way. If anything is a get rich quick scheme, if anything you just all of a sudden boom make a whole bunch of money, like and it's like kind of crazy, like in one day you make, you go from not making no money to one day you make $10,000. Something ain't right with that. You know, Even if it's legit, it's only going to be for a short period of time that you make that type of money, or a one-time thing, or a short period of time. It's not something, for you to get to that point, you have to slowly, gradually build to that point. It's not going to just like, look at Jeff Bezos. He started Amazon in 1997. And then maybe a year or two ago, he became the richest man in the world. So that's over 20 years. That's 20 years of grinding. You see what I'm saying? He started in 97. The stock price for Amazon in 97 was $19. The stock price for it, the last time I checked, I hadn't checked it in a while, but I remember it was over $2,000 for one share of Amazon. So, and that it took him over 20 years to do that. I'm gonna look it up right now. Amazon stock price. Man, oh my God. One share is 3,148.02. One stock of Amazon. I don't know if y'all can see that. Y'all probably can't see that. But to buy one share of Amazon, and it was $19 in 2000. I mean 1997 or 99, somewhere around there. But it was the late 90s. I see you, TC. I see. So, I appreciate you guys for watching my videos, taking notes. Yeah, I see you, Chris. You're right. And that's the thing, right? The thing is, you don't want to chase money. Uh, that's where a lot of people mess up at. You're chasing money, you're not focused on the right thing. You're just chasing a dollar. Trust me, you make mistakes and make the wrong decisions because you're chasing money. You get out there and make a mistake, and then you'll be realized that the money that you were chasing, the amount, it's not worth it because the mistake, say, gonna make you pay way more than what you made. Focus on growing the business. Right. See, yeah, you see, if you go back, he said, yeah, I remember that video of you watching that orange Camaro back in the day. That was one of our earlier videos. That Camaro, I watched that Camaro for $25. I watched that Camaro for $25. I was building I was building my business back then. I'm still building it now. Uh, Back then I was still building the foundation. And I was building it, showing people that I'm doing good work, uh, giving them a good service. And, a lot of people back then, I don't do their cars anymore. Some of them I still do, but I thank them for the opportunity. They gave me the opportunity to, and that video of me watching that Camaro has a lot of views. So that little $20 wash, you know, that little $20 wash, I was able to record it, and that I make money off that video. I make money off that video to this day. Like, so that, you understand what I'm saying? So it wasn't, a lot of people say, oh man, you playing yourself, or you're working for cheap, or oh man, I wouldn't be doing that, man. You worth more than that, and all that type of stuff. Yeah, you probably are, but uh, you probably are, and that's probably the case. But the means justify the ends, or the ends justify the means. And so I had a goal. I wanted to get to a certain point, and I felt like that was the path that I had to take to get there, and it worked. Could I have done it better? Probably. Could I had a better plan? Probably. That's just the path I decided to take, and it worked. When I say, I've been watching your videos, bro. I don't think I, Vance, you might got. I don't think I've ever done a wristless wash video. I don't think I've ever done that. I don't know. I don't know if I ever did it. I don't think I've ever did a video. I don't think I've never done a wristless wash. You can find that video. Link it to me. You wrap the towel around the drill brush and the cup holder. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How do you deal with time wasters? What do you mean wasters? You mean maybe people wasting my time, or give me a little more information on that question. How do I deal with time wasters? Give me the example, Jordan Green. Maybe the product. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. If you can find a video or remember the title or something, let me know. I want to go see what you're talking about. 'Cause I got so many videos. But and you guys that are, that's been doing it for a while, if you've been doing it for like, a year or more, 2 years, uh, and you're thinking about raising your prices, go ahead, bump it up $5. You know, it's just gonna give you more confidence. You bump it up $5 and then nobody says anything, then a couple of more months, 6 months go by, you bump it up $5 again, nobody says anything, they stick with you. You may lose new people, but then you get new people at the new price. You know, you want to, over time, you want to raise your. You see, I move more of my business to maintenance type business. Just makes life easier when I revisit my clients' vehicles. Right, right. Yeah, it's just, I'm telling you, man, that's the beauty of having your own business because you can cater it to you. You can see, okay, what does the customer want? Okay, how can I give this to the customer? What's the best way to give this customer? What's the easiest way to give this to customer? What's the easiest way for me to give this service to this customer? Uh, all that stuff will come to you, man, but you're not gonna know any of that. You're not gonna know what none of that is until you get out there and you start touching some cars. You get out there, you start touching some cars, and you start dealing with customers, and you start dealing with people, and then you'll start things. You'll just kind of, when people start talking to you, you'll just already know what they want. Certain things they say, certain phrases, you just already know. Uh, I mean, even to the car, like if somebody call you and tell you, I got a '05 this, I got a '05 that, '05 this, or I got a Saturn, or I got a Kia, or I got you're gonna already know that, oh, this car possibly could be trashed out vehicle because every car done like this is usually trash. And what year is it? Are you a smoker? You're gonna know what questions to ask. You're gonna know. You're basically gonna know. You're just gonna know your job, man. I mean, just think about it. I know you guys had jobs and you was there for a long time, and you became the job. You became real good at it. Uh, of course, Vance, you can do whatever you want to do. If you just want to wash cars, you just wash cars. You ain't got to do detailing. But trust me, detailing and washing cars is It's a very thin line between detailing and washing cars. Uh, they're very similar. Uh, sometimes I know people who wash cars. I see people wash cars, and when you closely look, like me, they're detailing. Mm-mm. I see you, Jordan Green. I see you. Yeah, you're gonna have that. I had a lady. I had a lady that she called me for an interior detail uh, this spring. I did interior detail. Then she said she wants me to come every 2 weeks and clean her car. She had a Suburban. So I said, okay. So for maybe a month or two, it went good. Every 2 weeks I was doing her car, it went good. Then one day she scheduled an appointment. I called her. She said she's gonna have to reschedule. I said, okay. We rescheduled. I called her to confirm. She rescheduled again. So I didn't call her anymore. Then she called me to schedule an appointment. Then uh when I confirmed, like we would do it on Sunday, then on Saturday, I would text to confirm, and then she canceled. So what I did was I told her that from now moving forward, if you want to wash, you're gonna have to pay a deposit. You're gonna have to pay a deposit. And I haven't heard from her anymore. What you got to do is you got to get rid of them, but you got to get rid of them pretty much. Uh, but the best way to get rid of them is make them pay a deposit. And most people are not going to tie up money if they're not going to do anything. They're not going to tie up money. That's a good way to get rid of them. You tell them that, you'll just get rid of them. But that what she did. So I usually call her to set the appointment because she told me she wanted it done every 2 weeks. But ever since she's been flaking like that, I don't call and set no appointments. If she calls me, like she called me before, and she called me again. I told her, hey, you're gonna have to, and then she didn't respond anymore. That's fine. Trust me, you're gonna go through that. Uh, and so I don't even require. The only time I require a deposit is if you book online, but I don't require a deposit when I'm dealing with people. Firsthand. Like when I'm, people calling and stuff like that, I don't require that. But if I have people that's flaky and cancel and do all that, yeah, the next time they call me, I'm gonna say, hey, I don't mind doing your vehicle. I would love to do your vehicle, but you've canceled like 3 or 4 times, and you basically, I could have put another person into that slot. I had somebody that I had to turn away because they couldn't do any other time but the time that you had, and I told them I couldn't do it because of yours, because I had you booked for that time, and then you canceled, and then now I'm left with nothing on that day. So I'm gonna need a deposit, and so you start doing that. Either you're gonna get a deposit, and if they flake, you got the money, or they're just gonna leave you alone altogether. And my money is on. They're gonna leave you alone altogether. It's not really, yeah, Sean Brown. It's not really a set price. Like, you run your own business. You run your own business. You can pretty much do what you want. That's my thing. Like, I wish people wouldn't. I wish people wouldn't tell people, "Oh, your prices are too cheap," or this. I wish people would do that. Uh, Now, if you ask me for my opinion, that's something different. You know, if you ask me what you think you should charge or something like that, that's my opinion if you ask me. But if I see that you have a price, and even if I look at your price and I say to myself, wow, that's low, you should be charging more. Why you have your prices the way you have them, that's you. And that's none of my business. But if you asking me and you need help and you ask me for my advice, then I'll give it to you. Other than that, I won't. Uh, it's not really a set price because I know some people for the same package I charge, and then you go also got to understand that we're from all over the nation, and some people from different countries. So each economy in each state is different. Cost of living is different. The price of gas is different. Price of milk is different. It's different. So some places are higher, some places are lower than others. I'm in Mississippi. Mississippi is the lowest. Has the lowest economy of all 50 states. It's always number 50, Mississippi, and I'm in that state. But even with Mississippi being the lowest state, every place has a demographic where they're making a certain income. They have certain types of jobs, and they have certain types of jobs, and you can actually charge a nice round figure for a detail, and they'll pay it. They can afford it because they're super busy. Trust me, if they got if they have a suburban and it's filthy and they got 5 kids, and I'm not gonna even say it's filthy because a lot of those people that like some of these areas got $1 million homes, and I'm talking about I lived in this area for a while, and sometimes I get called out to these houses and I'd be like, wow, I didn't even know this was here. All the houses are huge on a lot of land, and they're charging them, and though you think you're scaring them with prices, they don't care. They're like, listen, I need this car clean. The car wash is not going to do what I need to be done. I need a detail. You tell them 300, they don't mind paying it. They'll pay it and they'll tip you and they'll call you back in 6 months because they just get in and out their car, in and out their car. You know, Probably the only time the car gets vacuumed is when they go get an oil change or something like that. They don't have time to do it, especially if this is, if you got a soccer mom, her husband is, working 12 hours a day. He's not going to do it when he get off work, and she don't have time to do it because she's driving back and forth, picking up kids. That's the demographic you want. You want the nurse, the doctor, the engineer. You want those people that are working all those hours, and then when they're off, it's all about family. They got a maid to clean the house. They got a lawn guy. Why can't they have a detail guy? So if you want a detail, you want to do, you want to get 100, for in and out, 200 plus for full, and if you want to do some polishing jobs, you want to do all this stuff, yeah, you can you can get that type of money. There's no set price. There's no set price, so but everybody has a price to where they say, wow, that's unreasonable. You know, it's no set price. It's not. Depends on the demographic, you know what I'm saying? And it's not, and demographics, it's not just area. Don't get it, don't always, a lot of people think demographics is just the area. Demographics is more than just the area, it's the race, male or female, age, religion, uh, what else? Income. Like it's a lot to do with it because I mean you got some you got some races, some nationalities out there that their bargain is in their bargaining is in their culture. So you get those guys, they're gonna try to bargain with you every time. It's just their culture. Uh, if you're trying to cater to that demographic and you don't like to bargain, they may have big houses, they may have the money and all this, and you'd be like, oh, that's a perfect place. And you go there And every time you tell somebody a price, they're trying to bargain with you. And you may not want that. Yeah, so yeah, so basically, yeah, you gotta basically just you're gonna learn that thing is you can actually you can actually do research on the demographics in your area. You can actually do that. I want to say the U.S. Census is all about demographics as well. That's a place to find out what's what. So that's what you need to do, basically. Uh, like I said, it's really no set price. Uh, but people will get on here and tell you, oh, you need to charge 800 for a ceramic coat. You need to charge 1,000. You need to charge 3,000 for this and 1,000 for that. Are you asking me, do I work for myself full time? Yes, I do. Um, haven't had a 9 to 5 since 2011. I've been doing lawn care and detail ever since. Haven't had a full time since then. Um, I stopped working. I was a police officer. I stopped working June 29th, 2011. And I started A&A January 2012. January 1, 2012 is when I started. So I haven't since 2011. So what we are 2020. So what's that? 9 years, 8 years, something like that. Uh, it was some ups and downs. It was some scary times. Uh, Now in that time frame, I did go back to. I take that back. I did go back to a job because the winter time was approaching, and I was like, man, it'd be rough in the winter. And so I went and got a job, and I quickly saw that it was a very big mistake. Uh, and then I tried to get a part-time job. After that, I did. I actually got a part-time job not long after that, and then and I want to say this might have been 2000. It was 2013, 2013, 2014 when I tried to get do those two jobs and realized that that was a big mistake. And I remember one of them was it was for Nestle, to make the ice cream Nestle or the candy bar or whatever. So it was so funny, man. And you know, people they treat you bad at these jobs, and but that's where I realized I made a mistake. I go, I apply for the job online. I applied for online, didn't think nothing about it, and then I got a call. The guy said, "Hey, we see you. Are you still interested in the job? We having interviews on this day. Okay, well, we could have it at this time. See you then. Blah blah." I'm like, okay, cool. What happened is something came up where I could not make. I think I might have scheduled the the interview when I had already had something else scheduled, and I could not change the other thing. I don't know what it was. I can't remember. And so I called the guy and I said, "Hey, I'm sorry. When we scheduled the appointment, I forgot that I had something during that time, and I can't change it. Is there any way that we can change the interview time or change it to another day?" He was like, "No." He was real rude. He was like, "No, blah blah blah. This is that." And I was just thinking to myself, "Well, if he got that type of attitude, I don't even want to work for a person like that." So I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever." I didn't care. So I want to say maybe a week went by, or some time, significant amount of time had went by, and uh, The guy calls me back, and when he calls me back, his attitude is totally different. And he's like, "Yeah, are you still interested in the job?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he was like, and then he goes, "Yeah, we could just have the interview over the phone." So the first thing I'm thinking, like, you can have an interview over the phone. Well, why you didn't give me that option, a couple weeks ago? But I was happy to have the opportunity, so I didn't say anything. Took the job. Okay, so then the first day they was like, "Yo, meet this guy at this grocery store." And so what it was is that Nestle, those trucks they come and ship, the ice cream, the pizza. Nestle owns other companies, so it was like, the ice cream, the pizza, all the frozen stuff. They deliver it to the store, and then the Nestle person, is supposed to go and put the stuff on the shelves in the store because they have product placement and the way they want to do stuff, and they let the company do that. So I'm like, okay. So I get there, I meet up with this guy. He's driving the truck, and we stack everything up, and he shows me how everything goes, and this and this and that. And I'm like, okay, cool. I said, this is easy. Cool, I could do this. And I was like, I was really wanting a job for the wintertime. That's what I really had a job for, just to have money coming in the wintertime because everything slows down. And this is 2000, maybe 14 or something like that. And so I'm like, all right, cool. So then we do that. I go home, and then they say, hey, we need you at this store on this day. I'm like, all right. So I go, it's a different store. Same name, same, store, but different location. So I go to the store, and then as I'm walking, I'm like, hey, where's the freezer? And the guy said, the freezer. He said, oh, you with Nestle? I'm like, yeah. He was like, man, y'all ain't been here in a while. So I'm like, okay. And so I get in there, and they got a pallet of frozen food in boxes, and it's stacked like tall as me. Like if you get two of me and put me, just double my height, it was taller than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whoa. So I'm a hard working person. I just told myself, you know what? I'm gonna go through this stuff, and I'm just gonna do it. And so I'm working on it, and I'm working on it, and something just hit me. I'm like, man, I am not supposed to be here. Like, what the hell am I doing? And I literally got up and walked out. I didn't call nobody. I didn't say nothing. I just walked out. My phone rang a couple times for that number. I didn't answer. I was like, I'm never working. I don't care how hard it gets. I'm just gonna fight through it. I'm gonna work for myself, and I haven't, swayed since. Cool. Been watching Man Sporty. Yeah, you been quit. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, And I'm not gonna tell people to quit their jobs. I'm not gonna do that. That's up to you. If that's something you want to do, I give you advice if you ask me, but I'm not gonna tell you to quit your job. You know, Best decision you ever made. I see that. Yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you to quit your jobs. I ain't gonna. That's not for me to say, but just the way that guy, just the way they was treating me there, like you got a delivery driver, you have a delivery driver driving to that store, dumping stuff off in the room and it's stacking high. And they just let it build up. And they want to get somebody to do the stuff that they don't want to do. And the way the guy was rude with me when I said I had an appointment, he was real rude. And when it would just it's just certain things that about these jobs, man. Like I'm 42 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I'm 42 years old, and I mean the older I get, I don't have patience for like disrespect. Like I'm not I'm older. I'm not gonna fight anybody unless I'm gonna defend myself. But I'm not gonna fight anybody, and I don't want to be in an environment where I'm gonna have to even think that I want to fight somebody for being disrespectful because my mind will go there, and I don't have to. I don't have to deal with it. So why should I? So I work real hard, built my business up, so I wouldn't have to do that. And I'm working. I constantly keep doing it and working and working and working. Constantly working towards building my business and making it bigger and bigger and bigger. So I would never have to work for anybody again. I hope I never have to. I don't know what happened. Something may happen. I may have to, but I don't want to. Because in my career, I've had a lot of good jobs, a lot of good, employees and coworkers, and a lot of, you know, great bosses. But I've had a lot of bad ones and a lot of people that was very disrespectful, and I just don't want to go through that. So like I like working for myself because I can move and do what I want when I want. Uh, if I'm tired, if I'm tired, I'm not feeling good. All I gotta do is make a few phone calls and just let people know I'm not coming, and that's it. Uh, right. I see. Yeah, true. Yeah, they don't care. You know, people don't care. Left Sam's Club on lunch break. Yeah, it's just you got people that is very disrespectful, don't care. And then the older you get, you start realizing things. You start realizing that you've been lied to, and all the stuff that you've been told over the years is just not true. I have 2 degrees. I have a bachelor's in criminal justice, and I have a master's in business. And every time I went somewhere, it was the guy that had the high school diploma or even a GED that was in charge of us. Didn't have no degrees and was in charge of us. And they and you can see the way that they would smirk and the little jokes they would say, because they knew you had it and they didn't have it, but they're your boss. And I started to see that all the stuff that I was taught, and either we were lied to, or the people that was teaching us didn't know any better either. And so I just started to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like I started to see the guy that's selling oranges on the side of the road is making more money. Like it's making more money than the guy working minimum wage. Like, I just started saying, like, I learned at an early age, if you got something to sell somebody, you can make some serious money. If it was something that they needed and you can provide it, you can make serious money. You just have to find out how to provide it and keep providing and learning how to evolve. So, uh, when I was working, I always had like little side hustles, and they was always temporary and never lasted anything. But I remember thinking about detailing. I remember thinking about detailing uh, in 2006, and I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know how to get started, and my main thing was like the equipment, like how I'm gonna get. I need to get. At the time, I don't even think I had a truck, so I was like, I need to get a truck or a van or something, or a truck and a trailer or something. And I didn't know, I didn't know, how it worked. I didn't know where to get a water tank. I didn't know which pressure washer to get. I didn't know how to get the water, like how I'm gonna get the water from the tank to the pressure washer. I didn't know nothing. So uh, as soon as I started thinking about that and I started to see when I started thinking about that, I started to see that it was like it was kind of tough And I had a job, so as soon as it got tough, I just leaned back on my job. I didn't think about it anymore. And I would back and forth, I would think about it. And it wasn't until I decided to leave my job, I revisited it. And then by that time, you know, you can get a lot of information on YouTube. And so I started watching YouTube and I started figuring it out. Like, oh, it's not that hard. And man, when I started getting people to come and, you know, when I started getting people to let me do their lawns, let me do their cars, and I started, you know, the money started coming in. I remember I passed out flyers. The first call I got was a lady, you know, and I passed out the flyers. I didn't get no calls. I was expecting my phone to be ringing that day, you know, didn't get any calls. A couple weeks passed by. I forgot about the flyers, forgot about the whole thing, you know, just I was like, oh well. Some lady called me and say, hey, I remember to this day. And she called me and she was like, hey, I got one of your flyers. I just want to see if you come cut my yard. You come by and give me an estimate. I'm like, yeah. I rushed out there, give her an estimate. She said she wanted pine straw, this, that, that. I'm like, yeah, you know, I was so excited that I charged her for the pine straw, but I didn't even charge her for putting it down. I only charged her for the yard. So I end up, you know, undercutting myself. I didn't lose any money though, but I could have made more than what I made. And but I didn't even care because I was just so happy that somebody called and I actually made $1. And so I made a few bucks and she said she wanted me to come do her yard every 2 weeks. Then I do her yard every 2 weeks. Then she called me and say, man, my yard growing too fast. We need to do it every week. And I said, cool. Start doing her yard every week. Then another lady, you know, saw me and she was like, hey, are you still cutting yards? You know, because I had the magnet signs on my truck and I also put some flyers at, you know, her stuff too. And so I did her yard. Uh, got her yard. She said she want her yard cut every week. So now I'm doing that yard every week, 45 a week. So 45 a week comes out to what? That's 180 a month. Then the other one was 50. That came out to 200 a month. So you do the math. So when I saw that, that's when I knew, okay, I got something here. I just got to keep advertising. I just got to find a better way to get these flyers out. And I was just passing out flyers, buying more, passing out flyers, passing out flyers. And then I saw Facebook. I started putting it on Facebook, putting my before and after pictures on Facebook. And I just, you know, slowly but surely, you know, 2 customers every other week or every week turn into 5, turn to 10, turn to 15. And it was just a slow grind, slow process. And eventually I got there. And man, it was I mean, I was just so excited, man. And then when I look back on it, I'll be like, wow, when I just remember how I started to where I am now. Ashton, you ain't gotta do all that, boy. Ashton back there hiding. The consumer runs the world, right? Products and services is the way to go. You'll never undercut yourself when you do good work. Your customers will be a walking advertiser. Yeah, right. Well, man, I've been on here for over 2 hours. It's time for me to go. So I had to go get me some sleep. Got to put a little work in tomorrow. But I'll catch you guys later. Remember, focus on what your customer wants. You focus on what your customer wants. You keep your customers happy. They will definitely, they would definitely recommend you to other people, and they would definitely come back. That's what you want. You want to get out here and do these cars, and you want to call back. You want to go out here and do the best job you can on these lawns. You want to call back, and the only way that you can do your best job is if you talk to the customers and communicate with your customers and clients and find out what they want, find out what they need and what they want, and you do that. You know, I'm telling you, you can have the whole car fine and forget to wipe. You forgot to look up and wipe that whole headliner. Messes up the whole job for the customer. And the customer be like, wow, how they miss all this? It's easy to miss because most people don't look up. Hey, I do full details and be almost done with the vehicle. and just so happen to look up and be like, oh my God, and had to spend another, 20 minutes wiping the whole hairline, and then messing up the rest of the car and then have to touch it up again. But this is what I want you guys to do. Next time, you do a detail, I want y'all to ask questions to the customers. What is bothering you about the vehicle? Is there any areas that you think I might miss? Also, when you get done with the vehicle, have the customer to look at the vehicle and inspect your work. And you let them know, listen, I won't get offended. If you point out anything that I missed or something that I will be glad to get that for you, because you want the customer to be happy. And that's how you get the best reviews. It's not about being the best detailer. It's not about doing the best, immaculate, perfect work. It's about satisfying the customer. So if you satisfy the customer, it's going to be just like you did immaculate, perfect work, because it's to their expectations. I'm out, man. Shouts out to the New Wave. Peace. Oh, yeah. And if you guys are not a member of the New Wave Facebook group, go ahead and join right now. If you're not on the New Wave by ANA, go join right now. Go to Facebook, go into the search and type in a New Wave. That's NEWWAVE, New Wave by ANA. Type it in just like that. You're going to see a New Wave logo. It's going to have a wave over it with the words New Wave under the wave. In the middle of that wave, it's going to have ANA. You're going to see my symbol, my logo right there in the middle of it. That's when you know you're at the right place. Go ahead and send me an invite request, and I'll accept everybody. Y'all can get on there. Y'all can talk about prices. You can see what other people are charging that's close to your area. It's people from all over in the thing. We got almost, I think we had like 560 members, growing every day. I'm trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. Try to get to at least 1,000 members. That way you guys can, converse and go back and forth with other detailers and see what other detailers are using as far as like products and equipment, tips, tricks, all of that. If you want to get on there just to show off your work, by all means, do it. I'm out, guys. Shouts out to the New Wave. Yeah, peace.